update. I just gave you the weather report from where I am. So pretty exciting material, I think.
All right, fair enough. Well, gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the GalaxyCon virtual stage. As Timothy and I were discussing earlier, yes, we think that the world is going to get a little bit back to normal in the future.
People who are really cool. So maybe that's it. That was the burst of fortune in my life. I'm sure Misha can come up with a lot more things. I mean, you guys did so many terrible things to each other on the side.
And that first day at work, having that feeling of like, oh, it's nice to be back, guys. It's nice to be back here with you. And that is such a cool and unusual, I think, experience. Like being excited to come back to work after the break. And, you know, catching up with everyone. So maybe it's not a favorite day, but it's a favorite feeling that was part of the annual cycle on the show.
Fair.
Finding out like who got fired over the hiatus, not welcome back because of inappropriate behavior, all the gossip and
all that fun stuff. Timothy, do you have a favorite day?
First thing that comes to mind was the day that Jensen and I shot the epic fight scene between Dean and Kane in that barn. It was a full, the entire day, the entire 14-hour day. And we'd spent like 2 days prior prepping the fight. And there was, he never actually made contact with my face. He didn't actually punch me in the face, which made me really happy. Because the guy's got his fist as big as a basketball, so it would have done a lot of damage. But that was a really good one.
Fair. So, Jim, Jim, the question on the table is, can you recall a favorite day you had on the set of Supernatural? Let's see if it catches up to him.
Yeah, I've got to figure out a way to be kind of discreet about it. This was a number of years ago, but yeah, there was a day that I fell madly in love with somebody on the show, and I want to thank you for all the hot dreams, Misha.
Thank you for your discretion, Jim. You're talking about the first time that we made love on set, right? In our trailer. The delay is really going to kill the comedy here, Jim.
I mean,
well, was it on set or was it? It was back at Crafty, wasn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, I'd heard the Crafty tent.
Fair. Gentlemen, thank you for indulging me.
No, I will that answer, but it's not Misha.
Okay. Fair. All right, I think we're gonna go to our audience questions. So what we'll do is, Jim, I will go to you last. So we'll catch up on the delay, so you'll at least know the question on the table, because I think we got about a 30-second window on you. So let's go ahead and roll our first one, and it's gonna come from Sonny, who wants to know who is your favorite guest star on the show.
Well, this is a really shitty question to ask, because by answering this question, we invariably alienate all of the other guest stars.
Then I'll rephrase it. Who was one of your many favorites?
No, we can just answer it honestly. To hell with the rest of them. It was Tim Omundson. Obviously.
Correct answer.
Yeah. I will say one thing about that. It's been such a great thing having this afterlife of the convention circuit with the cast of Supernatural. So there's so many people that came into the show and were only a part of the show for a short while, but became a part of the fabric of our lives and our like real off-camera family that this show has become. And you know, there's so many people that fit that bill, and that's been actually one of my favorite things about the show is that we've continued to have relationships that otherwise, well, you know, in television, a lot of times, you know, you work with somebody intensely and intimately for a week or 2 or maybe 3, and then you have to part your separate ways. You go your separate ways and likely never see one another again, or only in passing. And for us, it's been great to have this ongoing relationship that's spanned now, you know, for a lot of us more than a decade. And yeah, we have a lot of guest stars from the show who have actually become like close friends of all of us, I think.
Right on.
Thanks, Misha. I would echo that. And having only had a very limited number of hours on set actually work and not gotten to work with a lot of the cast, I really have become friends with people from the convention circuit, which has been, like I said, an amazing fringe benefit.
Fair. Absolutely fair. Mark, you got one?
Wow. I mean, I have to go over 300 plus episodes.
Yeah.
In my mind to try to find somebody that particularly stood out to me besides the principals here. You know, one of my favorite episodes was Ghost Facers, and those guys on there that played the team of the Ghost Hunters, I thought were really funny. So I don't remember their names though. Do you guys remember their names?
Yes, I do. Travis, right? Wasn't? And we should know that.
But the way you say that, Misha, maybe he was a complete douche.
Travis
No.
and AJ.
Travis and AJ. That's right.
JJ.
Oh, AJ. Yeah. Oh, AJ. AJ's been to a con. I think wasn't he in a con in
Rome,
Birmingham,
right?
or something like that?
Yeah.
And or Rome. Yeah, I liked that episode. I thought they were really funny in that. So I'm going to say that just arbitrarily because I could say tons of people, but why not that?
There you go. All right, there you go. So, Jim, got a particular guest star that stands out to you? Yes.
I believe it's.
We gotta give it the.
What are you chuckling at, Mark?
What's that?
I would. Well, if I think long and vigorously about it, I think that probably my favorite, Carrie Ann Fleming. We had a great deal of fun playing husband and wife.
Oh, cool.
Together, and on a couple of episodes, and we remain very close friends since then. And,
Cool. All right.
But you know, as Misha was saying, there's such a wide variety of people who are on the show for so many episodes that it's very difficult and very, very unfair to pick out one. But I did.
Absolutely fair. So, Sonny, thank you. Thank you for that question. What do we have next?
Thanks, Sammy.
Here's one for Brian. Do you prefer playing a villain or a hero?
Wait, there's a difference? I didn't know there was a difference. Sorry.
Well, a good villain always sees himself as the hero.
Indeed.
Exactly.
I'll just take the first shot. I like villains because they drive the action, right? They push everyone forward, and the heroes have to react to what the villain's doing. So I'll go with the guy with the most ambition.
Fair.
Good answer.
One of my favorite iterations of Castiel on Supernatural to play was the Lucifer, which Mark Pellegrino had already crafted the character for. So it was an act of plagiarism on my part, but I had, I think, more fun in wearing that skin than with any other version of Castiel in the show. It was pretty great.
It's fun not having any responsibility for anything.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I remember you told me, Mark, when I walk into a scene as Lucifer, I'm assessing the other characters in the scene and deciding whether I want to kill them or fuck them. And I thought that was pretty great baseline to start from.
and or some combination of the two. Yeah, Lucifer
that's right.
was a man of extremes.
Fair. Timothy, how about you?
I would always prefer the villains. Just with a mustache like this, just anything I could twirl this sucker with and put enough wax in it. And Kane was such a weird one because, as sort of Mark was saying with who's got the most, I forgot the word you used now, Mark.
I did too. What? Ambition,
right?
Yeah.
And whereas Kane never sort of knew morally where he was. It was very fun to kind of thread that needle of, is he nefarious or is he benevolent? So that was really fun to explain. On this particular show, it was really fun to explore those different sides of who he was. But in general, I'll take the villain.
Fair.
Hey, and plus, because as a villain, you get to do all kinds of things with on camera that you can't do in life, and there's no consequences whatsoever. Yay! Earmuffs, kids. I don't want kids to hear that. We're just playing.
It's called acting. So,
yes, pretend.
Indeed. All right. Jim will come back. Brian, thank you. Solid question. What do we have next? From Shaw. If you could have any of the abilities or powers from Supernatural, what would you choose? And what would you use it for?
I'll answer that because I have this power where I can do this and turn anyone into dust. There's tons of folks that I would turn into dust. Nobody on this panel, of course, but certainly tons of people in the political world. Dust. And other bad people. That would be my superpower. And if I could turn my eyes red, that would be great too. Just right?
Yeah. That'd be good for getting at a parking tickets. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I hate parking enforcement people. Done.
Timothy, if you could have a power, what would you do?
I loved Kane's ability to just go and take away someone's voice. There's a few politicians. I mean, maybe I'll say politicians. I'll leave that up to you. There's certain people in the public world that I would love to just go and have them go.
How do you restrain yourself with just this? I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
I'd use a different finger.
Hey. Hey, Misha, what power would you use?
I don't know. There were so many good ones to choose from. When Castiel was first on Supernatural, he could basically do anything. He could teleport. He could time travel. He could read people's minds. He could go to a wall or a door. And over time, his powers became more and more depleted for various different reasons until eventually he could barely hold his own in a fist fight with an ordinary human. So I'm not sure what happened to him, but he really went downhill. So I would not want his powers of degradation over time, which he seemed to be possessed of. I think the time travel could come in pretty handy. There are a lot of
time travel
to go back and fix.
Oh yeah, that's
So-
awesome. I would love to do that too.
So you wouldn't go to observe or experience. You would actually try to tinker with
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Change the course of history, of course.
All right.
Yeah, butterfly effect.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, you're not supposed to do that. Every movie I've seen, don't mess with the stuff. You're just supposed to see it.
Marty. So, Shaw, thank you. Great question. We'll pick up Jim in the next one. So, all right, what do we have next? Here's gonna be one from Styles. What do you believe would be a piece of advice your supernatural character would give to you? Ooh.
Always do the right thing and be honest, I would say.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's what Cass would say.
Look at that.
Really annoying.
But that's
Good
good. That's really good. Timothy, I have to go after you because I'm trying to think of something that is even remotely positive that Lucifer would say. Did you ever see, while you're thinking, did you ever see Finding Nemo?
One of my favorites.
There's the seagulls in there. What do the seagulls always say?
Mine?
Yeah, that's what Lucifer would do. Mine.
Yeah.
Mine. I think.
Yeah, very much so.
Jim is back.
So Jim, question on the table. What would be a piece of advice your character would give to you? Oh, we got some movement.
Get better Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Go, Bobby. Go, Bobby.
It's all good. It's all good. And to let everybody else know that the signal will probably be better for the private chat options. So don't fret about that. So, Timothy, did we get one from you yet? What piece of advice?
I would say he would say, don't take a corn cob to a demon fight.
Fair, absolutely fair. Styles, thank you. Very solid one. And a reminder to our audience, if you would like to chat with our guests like I am today or purchase a personalized autograph, please sign up at GalaxyCon.com. Now let's go ahead and roll another one. Here's one from Christy. Oh, if you could write a story arc for your supernatural character, what would it be?
I would have liked a redemption story for Lucifer. And I would have liked for him to become a good father. But, you know, it wasn't in the cards. His nature was too corrupt, I guess. But I think Eugenie wanted to do a story arc like that, but nobody else at the table wanted to. I was really hoping that a kid, his son, was going to be the beginning of a new life for Lucifer. Oh well, I just said the same thing 5 times, but
No. A redemption arc is absolutely valid. Another.
I kind of wish that we could have explored more of Castiel, what became human briefly. And I always wish that we had delved further into that and let him explore what being a human was like for longer. So for me, it's not necessarily a new arc, but just really belabor the point on an existing arc. That was my wish always.
I always thought it would have been fun to see Cain after his death. No body, no crime, by the way. We never actually saw him die, but show's ending, so he probably died. But it would have been fun to see him in hell, hanging out with Rowena, specifically, and mess with Crowley.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but
Nice.
Cain and Rowena in hell would have been super fun.
Definitely. And Jim, write your own character arc.
Bobby Singer wins gold
Yeah.
at the Olympics.
It's writing a script for the show several years ago. Bobby, exactly, about Bobby facing off God his head. But when I was about halfway through the script,
Halfway through the script.
And you know this is
We can't really hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jim. You got cut off on there.
and you know this is the best, probably the best, most interesting answer. Damn it! I want to hear what he has to say. I
think
want to
it's-
hear what Jim has to say.
It was pure gold. We know that.
I think it's. I'll tell you what. We'll if he chimes back in, we could do that. But Christy, thank you. Great question. All right,
That's choose your own adventure.
it's true. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Oh, Danielle wants to know, what is each of your dream roles? Either on stage or on screen.
Who wants to go fast?
I don't know. I
For
don't
me,
know if
it's-
I have a dream role. Or do you guys? Do you think
I
about
do.
like what's your dream role?
I would love to play Quasimodo.
Oh,
The way Quasimodo should be played. I don't know that I've seen him played the way he should be played.
how
So that
how,
would-
It was
How
Charles
should-
Laughton originally, wasn't it?
what's that?
I think it was Charles Laughton in the movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
In
he was
the-
the original. Yeah, it was the original.
He was the first talking one with sound. Lon Chaney did it.
Lon
silent.
Chaney did the one before. Yeah, I just the original. Have you guys read the book?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Because it's an amazing book, and Quasimodo is just a savage. He's I mean that in the best way.
Yeah.
He's brave and courageous and strong and feared by all of Paris. There's a scene, one of the scenes that stands out to me in the book. I don't remember if they did it this way in the movie. Maybe they did, where he's being crowned King of Fools, and but in the book he's standing up proudly in front of the whole crowd of people who are laughing at him, but he can't hear that they're laughing. But he's standing up proudly, and some guy jumps on stage and laughs in his face, like this, and he grabs him, holds him up over his head, and just throws him out into the audience. They part, and he hits the cobblestones.
Yeah.
And the whole crowd stops silently and looks up, and that's sort of your introduction to Quasimodo. And to see that man be tamed by deep love and torn by fidelity to the only man who showed him love in his life it's so deeply romantic. I would love to play that part.
Anthony Quinn did a version in the 50s, and I think it's the only filmed version that kept the original ending of the novel.
Was that the 50s?
I thought it was the mid 50s, early 60s.
Okay.
It was a European production, and and then Manny Patinkin did a version in the 90s as well, I believe.
wow.
Really?
You're
Wow.
encyclopedic.
You've seen a lot.
That's
I'm impressed.
that's how I got this job. I
I would love to see Mandy Patinkin's version. I think that guy's a genius.
Yeah, he did it was a TV adaptation. So yeah, there's good versions out there. But as far as I know, the Anthony Quinn one, actually, the ending and the skeletons and
You don't. Yeah, the original ending. Yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Quasimodo dies. Yeah.
So when Disney was doing their version, I'm like, they got to change that ending because it ain't happening. So
Oh, but that was so beautiful.
It
when
was
he
beautiful.
does.
I don't know. I'm not
Disney.
disputing it. Not disputing it. So
Disney.
Timothy, got a dream role?
I'd say Willie Lemon's my white whale.
Really?
There you go.
All
So
right.
that's the play that made me want to become an actor.
All right. Fair.
So
Misha.
one of these days.
There's a play that I've been wanting to adapt, written by Larry Shue in the early '80s called The Foreigner, which is a comedic play that I love, and the lead character who is the foreigner in the production. I would love to play, but I'd love to update it and adapt it to screen.
Also, speaking of plays, I am dying to do one play, Enemy of the People by Ibsen, and I would love to play Dr. Thomas Stockman. That's the only other part that I think I really have a Jones to do. Enemy of the People.
Nice, very nice. These are all really impressive stuff. So
I'm dying to hear Jim's answer.
I know. I think hopefully I tell you what, if he comes back, I'll get that answer out of him, because I definitely would love to hear his insight on that. So
We already played Big Daddy.
Did he? That's right, he did.
He did.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you have a random Shakespeare quote and you throw it at Jim, he'll probably be able to tell you what play it's from.
I have noted out of that. So, Danielle, great question. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and roll another one from Debbie. Oh, what would be your supernatural character's theme song?
Well, at one point, Castiel rocked a baby to sleep singing the title song to Greatest American Hero. I can't even remember the song. But
look at what's happened to me.
Yeah.
Okay, you know something crazy? We have a Greatest American Hero event with William Catt tomorrow.
No, you don't. Really?
Yes, we do.
I gotta say, when I was a kid, that was my favorite show. And when I happened to be in front of the television when it came on, it felt like just winning the lottery. I loved that show. So great. When I was first sort of ruminating on the character of Castiel, I was listening. I was very pretentious about creating the character, and I listened to Rachmaninoff's Vespers on loop as like this was Castiel's music. So that is Rachmaninoff's Vespers is my theme song.
Fair.
I would say "Tiptoe Through the Tulips" by Tiny Tim for Lucifer.
I can actually see that. I really could. So
I'm going to be the opposite of what Misha said, but probably Bad to the Bone.
Yeah.
Or also you could, I like big butts.
For those
he was alone for a long time.
For those about to rock, get it? Hey. So, Debbie, thank you. Very solid question. I think we have time for one or two more. Oh, no one for Debbie. If you could hang out with a character you portrayed, who would it be? And what would you like to do? And you may draw from any part of your career.
I think for me, I think I would hang out with Bishop, the vampire boss of Boston. I would ask him to turn me so that I could get vampire superpowers and then fuck up a lot of bad people.
You really want to correct the world, don't you?
I want to fuck up bad people.
Fair.
So you are the hero.
Well, okay.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. As long as my interpretation of what bad people is actually bad people.
Yeah. That's the slippery slope. But that's the character arc. So, Tim, how about you?
Oh God, I wish I had a really good answer for this. I don't. Probably Brom Garrett from Deadwood, but in New York, not in the streets of Deadwood where he'd be covered in mud and soon get shot in the face by somebody first stepping in front of them the wrong way.
Right. Fair.
Yeah, I think ROM in the turn of the century, New York City would be pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think so.
You'd get to go to good parties and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Misha, bring us home. How about you played?
I think probably my Castiel, when Castiel was lost his mind and became crazy, he seemed like he was tripping on acid the whole time, and I think it'd be a lot of fun to, hang out with him. Obviously, take acid with the. Sounds utterly terrifying. Taking acid with a being possessed of superpowers could really go badly off the rails. But there you go. There's my answer.
There you go. You're not going to say you're a TSA guy and tell him to relax?
No, I'm not.
By the way, I really like those films.
I've occasionally gone through TSA screenings and had the TSA agent say, "Hey, I got to tell you, love those shorts." I was like, "Oh, too far? Are you gonna give me an enhanced pat down here?" Yeah, that was fun to do.
As long as you're not pregnant.
Right.
Sorry. Debbie, thank you. I think we have time for one more, so let's see if we can roll out on a really good one. And here's one from Lynn. What kind of fandom would you like to see have a crossover with Supernatural? So, some specific superheroes, World of Shakespeare, Star Trek, the New York Mets.
Don't they all cross over anyway? I feel like I see all of those fandoms in the Supernatural fandom as it is. But I'd like to see, actually, for me personally, I'd like to see a UFC crossover into
That is exactly what I was going to say, Mark.
Was it?
Like this fandom that's like all about taking care of each other and being sweet, and another one that's all about killing each other, and just like see how that gels, that oil and vinegar.
I would adjust that a little bit. Say UFC, I'd like to see it combined with the world of like WWE pro wrestling, because the characters and wrestling can be a little more outlandish, and yeah. See, like
the floating chairs.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. So, Timothy, got another fandom you'd love to have seen smashed up with Supernatural?
Fandom wise, I would say I can't top what Mark just said.
Fair. Absolutely fair. Lynn, thank you. Very fun question. And GalaxyCon viewers, this has been my time with the cast of Supernatural, but it absolutely does not have to be yours. If you'd like to chat with our guests like I have today, or purchase a personalized autograph, you can sign up at GalaxyCon.com. And while you're there, please check out our schedule of upcoming events just like this one. And just to let you know, our producers let me know that Jim's private chat room, the signal is much better than this platform, so you're good to go on that. Gentlemen, this has been an absolute delight. Despite technical issues, thank you so much. Any final words for our audience before we go?
Well, I wish we could see them personally. I can't wait to have the regular cons return so that we can see you guys and shake your hands and talk in person. There's nothing better than that. This is pretty great, though. It's great seeing you guys again. It's been a long time, and I'm glad to see you guys are healthy and okay. And vaxxed up, I hope.
Yep. I look forward to Mark's sentiment exactly. I hope that we can get back to live events, in-person events soon. And all of you who are watching, please do go get your shots now so that we can expedite that process. And
listen to Misha.
I also want to say, Tim, it's so nice to see you're so unbelievably fully recovered.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
It's just like so awesome to see you in such good health and spirits.
Misha, thank you. That's going to make me a little.
Send you so much love. Yeah, it's really awesome.
Thanks, man. And on that note, thank you, Misha. But part of that recovery, a huge part of that recovery, has been this Supernatural fandom. The love and support I've gotten from everybody's really just been the wind in my sails to keep me moving forward every day. And I look forward to getting back to a live convention and strutting on stage like I did last time. And I'm thanking all of you guys for continuing to support me either on Twitter or in person at the shows. And gang of my actor fellow friends that I'm looking at on their faces, I can't wait to get back to a green room and hug you and hang out with you.
Yeah, back at you.
Yeah, right back at you, man.
As we all do. Gentlemen, it's been my absolute pleasure to serve you all today. Once again, thank you for joining us on the GalaxyCon virtual stage. Thank you to our audience for joining us today, and thank you for all your great questions. Hope to see you all again soon. Until then, bye-bye, everyone. Take care, and please keep washing those hands.
Great.